Agahon, coming to you live from Numancia, Aklan in Western Visayas in the Philippines. I'm having my morning cup of coffee, my coffee with Ginno cup here, my Copico Blanca, Copico Blanca. I'm back to my Copico Blanca. I also got this little container here of French vanilla, Coffee Mate French vanilla. I got this from H&R in Iloilo City. But I'm back to drinking my favorite coffee here in the Philippines, 3-in-1 coffee, Copico Blanca. It's coffee, cream, and sugar all in one powder form. Just put it in your cup, put hot water, you got a nice cup of coffee. All right, good morning, Kim Mandal. Thank you for joining the live stream. Yo, Tim, my good friend in Las Vegas. All right, Tim. And I think Kim, I'm trying to remember, my memory is not the best, Kim. Vancouver, I think it's Vancouver, man. I think it's Vancouver. Man, I'm so excited. Game 7, I got all my gear today, my Dodger gear. This was a gift from Dazzle, my birthday gift this year from Dazzle, my new LA Dodger cap. This shirt right here was a gift from my friend. Steve lives in Las Vegas. He bought me this Dodger jersey. Brought it to me like 2 years ago. I wore this when we clinched last year, when we won the championship last year. So I'm wearing it today. Hopefully it brings luck to my Dodgers today. Because I was wearing this jersey last year when we beat the Yankees at Yankee Stadium. So hopefully we can do the same today, beat the Blue Jays at the stadium in Toronto. Good morning, Charlie Latz, my good friend in Boston. The best two were, I know, man, Game 7, man. Amazing series, of course. And here we are, Game 7. I mean, both teams deserve the championship, I know I'll be disappointed if the Dodgers lose it, but both, if the Blue Jays beat us, they deserve it. They deserve the championship. Hey, I know you're a Red Sox fan, man. I know you're a Red Sox. Appreciate it. It's like Dodgers really a rival in the East. In the American League, always been the Yankees. So I know Red Sox and Yankees. That's like two teams that don't hate each other, that don't like each other. Bishop, good morning. I've been meaning to speak with you about your trike. Extended warranty? There's no extended warranty on the trike, man, because the motorbike, when you get your motorbike here, there's like a short extended period, where you have a warranty on the motorcycle. But the trike, you just get the trike from locals here, so there's no extended warranty on it. You just find somebody that will build it for you. Hello, I'm Pakistani, please. Oh, okay, man. It's like $100. That's like above my budget there, my friend. King, hello. All right. Dude, I used to listen to the Dodgers back in the day. Oh, yeah, I know Dusty Baker, Steve Garvey, Ron Say, Bill Russell, Davey Lopes, that's when I became a Dodger fan, back in the late 70s. Because that's when I moved to Los Angeles. Vince Scully, it's time for Dodger baseball. And I can still remember hearing Vince Scully say that. God bless America. Amen, my brother. God bless America. Greetings, Gino. It's been a while. How have you been? I'm doing good. I'm doing good, Andil. I'm doing good. Otani, go in Japan. We are so excited. I know, Otani. I mean, the Dodgers, you got Otani, Yamamoto, Sasaki, so I'm sure the whole nation of Japan, it's Japan and America against Canada. It's like, let's beat Canada. Let's beat Canada, man. Good morning, Gino. Good morning, JP. Man, I'm so excited today. I can't wait. I can't wait to. That's why I started early. I figure I'll get the live stream over, and then I can focus on the game. It's gonna be. I know it's gonna be tension. There's gonna be tension in the game, man. Like yesterday, it was like so much tension yesterday. I thought we blew it. When they had second and third, nobody out, bottom of the ninth. I was like, oh man, there you go. There goes the championship because they're at home, the crowd's going wild. They got the momentum. Sasaki wasn't pitching that good. In the bottom of the ninth. I was surprised when I saw they brought out Glass now because I thought if we had gone advanced, Glass now was going to be the starter today. But hey, they had to do what they had to do. They had to do what they had to do to get to Game 7. Oh yeah, in Tucson on the radio. I remember back in the 80s, we would be at work. I was in the military already in 1984 in California. My best friend David, he was a Cincinnati Reds fan, and we worked together in the same office. So every time the Reds played the Dodgers, we would have a radio and we would listen to the game on the radio. Back in the 80s, man, we didn't have all this high tech that they got now, phones and all that, live stream. I mean, that's like, for us, it was the radio, and we would listen to the radio while we were working in our office. Yeah, I mean, Vince Scully was awesome, man. He is missed by Dodger fans for sure. Him and Tommy Del Sorda, Fernando Valenzuela. There's just Dodger players that are like, they're gonna be they live in eternity now. It's like they will be well remembered. I'm having a party today, but already several people have canceled because they will watch the match. They will match the match. I mean, hey man, I can't blame them, man. That's why I'm trying to get this live stream. But when the game starts, I'll be glued to our flat screen here, man. I'm gonna be watching the whole game. Game 7. We don't get many Game 7 in the World Series. Hey Vaughn, hello Vaughn. I remember at home we used to put on the Dodger game, but turned off the sound and put the. Oh, I know, right? I mean, Vince Scully's legendary, man. I mean, it's like the voice of the Dodgers. Right on, Gino. Good luck to you. And all right, thank you, man. Hey, it's like Game 7. I can't ask for a better situation. I'm rooting for them to win, but if they don't get the back to back, it's all right. Because Blue Jays definitely deserving also of the championship. Kumusta from Oregon? Kumusta, Lowell? Kumusta? Happy All Souls. Yes, Happy Souls, dude. I took Mom and Leanna to church already. They're at church right now. When I was going, today they have those processions here at the plaza, Numancia Plaza. They usually have a procession where, church sponsored, so a lot of people out this early already. It's only like, not 6:15, but there's already a lot of people out. And it rained. It rained last night, and it's still kind of raining today. But I'm sure people will still head to the cemeteries today. Hello, Vaughn. Hello, Vaughn. From JP. Happy Undas. Yes, happy Undas. Happy Undas. Undas here in the Philippines is this weekend, Saturday, Sunday. All Saints Day was yesterday. All Souls Day today. So a lot of people in the cemeteries today. A lot of people go to church today. Big day here in the Philippines. JP, I printed my La Casa receipt and put it on my fridge. All right, JP, I'm glad, man. You're all set, man. You're all paid up. You know, you're all paid up, ready to go. Nothing left, JP, but get on that plane, and I'll be waiting for you at the airport, picking you up at the airport, taking you to your new place, your new home in Calibo, man. I'm so excited for you. I know it's a little bit, you get excited and a little nervous because of what to expect when you get here to the Philippines, but man, you're gonna start an adventure here, JP. You're gonna have a blast there. Life here in Panay Island, Aklan Province. I'm gonna introduce you to people here. You're not gonna feel alone here, even though you don't have family. We will be your family when you get here, JP. You're gonna be a Panay Posse number two. Edgar, number one. You're number two, man. You're like so excited for you, JP. JP is on the way, baby. I know, JP. I'm so excited for him. If the Dodgers need, would they bring back Yamamoto back to pitch? I'm sure, even for an inning, but all hands on deck today. I think the plan. I'm sure the plan will be Otani's to start. Glass now to pitch after Otani, then Schnell to pitch. I wouldn't be even surprised to see Kershaw in there, Yamamoto, Sasaki, man. We're throwing all our pitching. We're throwing all our pitching at the Blue Jays, and they're gonna do the same. They got Mad Max. Mad Max is on the mound today, and then they got Bieber. Everybody's gonna pitch today. It's gonna be a crazy game. It's gonna be like pitch by pitch. Player combination, lefty to lefty. It's gonna be an intense game. It's like you don't want to blow Game 7. You don't get many opportunities like Game 7. So it's gonna be an amazing game today. The nerves really mellowed out knowing I have a place to sleep. I know, right? And then we're here, man. We're here, JP. So, it's like when you get to Calibo, we're here to assist you in any way, take you around, get you comfortable, fruit vendors, grocery, mall, we'll take you around for sure. Go take you to your seafood, get you to your white sand beach. Man, we're going to hit all that, JP. That way, like I said, when people come here, when they reach out to me, my goal is to make that soft landing here in the Philippines. After a month or two, if you decide, hey man, Calibo ain't for me, it's like it's too slow, nothing goes on in Calibo, it's too boring. If you decide to leave, hey, that's fine. I just want you to land here in the Philippines. Get that soft landing, get this friendly face at the airport to pick you up, welcome you to the Philippines, and from there, it's like, it's all up to you, man. Where is my neighbor Edgar? Edgar's been feeling under the weather because he's been swimming 5 times a week. He's been going to the swimming pool, and the other day, I think it was just so hot. It was so hot. I think Edgar got a little dehydrated. I went to his house yesterday. I was checking on him yesterday. He said he felt a little better. He hasn't been eating he's having broth, like chicken broth, and he's hydrating. But the other day, I think it was 2 or 3 days ago, it was just super hot here. I think even HD was working in his house here, I think in Numancia. He's trying to recover a house that their ancestral home, their mom's house or something, got eaten up by the jungle. So he's he's got people clearing it, but he's helping. And I think he got dehydrated too. He said he drank water too late, and he was even like throwing up. What he was saying. So that happens here. That happens here. You know, that's why I tell people, man, the heat in the Philippines is no joke. I'm always hydrating, man. I'm drinking coffee, but I got Vita Coco, man. I'm always hydrating with coconut water because it's got electrolytes. It's not just water. You gotta be careful here, especially when it's like when the sun is like bright and shiny, man. It gets hot here. 70-80% humidity. You're not even noticing it. Sometimes you're just constantly sweating, and you're like, the electrolytes of your body is leaving. So you got to pay attention. You got to pay attention to hydration here for sure. You can't be like not drinking. I always have a water bottle. I'm always like sipping water throughout the day. Are you familiar with our house in Calibo? I saw it listed on Facebook for 10K. Our house. No, Lowell, but let me take a picture of that. I mean, there's always advertisement for houses, for apartments, basically in Calibo. But I'll look it up. I haven't heard of our house. I just steered people to La Casa Española because it's the nicest. And I know how expats are. I know how Americans are, Canadians. You guys are looking for nice. You're not coming all the way here to retire and live in a shady place, or you want nice. And I've filmed La Casa Española many times. They got like a restaurant at the top, like a function hall. They got cafe. They got karaoke bar. Nice build. They're building an elevator. It's almost like a condominium, really, but. Nice. It's a nice place. Even the grounds are well taken care of. They got CCTV. They got a person on the desk watching. I mean, it's just a nice place. I'm not gonna put you guys in like a shady part of town. It might be cheap, but sometimes you get what you pay for. You get what you pay for. If it's 10K, I would be like, is it safe to walk out at night? Over at La Casa Española, you're right across the university, Aklan State University. You're right across. I mean, you can walk out and you look, Aklan State University. A lot of eateries in the area. 7-Eleven, it's like 24/7, 7-Eleven. A lot of like places to eat because, college students, they live in the area. They live in boarding houses and they eat at those restaurants. So that's why I kind of steer people to and then the people are friendly. I like the staff, everybody's friendly there. I know the owner, Filipina, is like, her name's Filipina. It's like easy to remember, right? She's really nice, really helpful. Even with Edgar, when Edgar moved in, Edgar needed some things, she set it up. She helped set it up for Edgar. Vaughn, there are a few events where it changes the trajectory in your life. This is one of them, JP. I think so, Vaughn. It's like sometimes, like I always say, it's like things happen for a reason. And, for me, I knew that, when I moved here, that was, when I moved here 14 years ago, that was a life-changing event for me. I was leaving behind America after 30 plus years. My comfort zone, my friends in America, my family in America. I was leaving it, it's like I was coming here to Boracay Island all by myself, man, with my backpack and my one suitcase. I was like, it was the start of my adventure, and I don't regret it a single day. It's been a blessing that I made that move. I was looking for a better life, and I found it here. Hey, Daniel probably will be Panay Posse number 3 or 4. I'm not sure yet, man. Stevie, my friend Stevie at Washington State. He's gonna be here November 11. I'm gonna pick him up at the airport in Caticlan also. He's not gonna stay in Calibo. He wanted to be like in the Caticlan area. He wanted to be close to Boracay. And I think I found him. I found him an apartment. It's been hard to find him an apartment. and yesterday I sent out a feeler on my Facebook page, like asking people that I know, hey man, help me out. I can't find because his budget is a little low. He was looking for an apartment like in the 8,000 peso range, about $135 a month, and I think I got it. I think I found it. Another good friend of mine, Maricel. He's all Maricel. Has a partner, an expat partner in Catiglan. So she reached out. She go, hey Ginno, I think I got an apartment for him. You know, he sent me a video. I looked at the video. Nice studio, just a studio apartment. You open the door, the bed is there, the kitchen in front of the bed, and a bathroom. And that's exactly what Stevie is looking for. It's gonna be in Catiglan, right by the port. So Stevie's a big fisherman too, so he can go fishing. He can go fishing, man, right there at Tabun Port, where the Tabun Port is where they take ferry people to Boracay Island. So Stevie, that's gonna be like his playground. The playground is gonna be that area to go fishing. So I'm excited. Hopefully, I'm waiting for Stevie to like confirm, because Stevie also sent me his money already to find him an apartment, just like JP. You know, so I'm holding this money for Stevie. So once Stevie gives me the go ahead, he got himself an apartment, a studio apartment for 8,000 pesos, air conditioned, hot water, inverter type AC. I mean, this place is nice. I'm glad my friend Maricel reached out to me. GP Calibo might be too high speed for me. I live in a community about 100 people. The nearest town is, I have case of zero sugar. Take Gatorade, always ready to go. All right, man. That's good, man. Well, that's what I say, man, JP. You know, like when you land here, at least, you know, we got you secured for a month, right? You're secured for 1 month. JP is like renting, no deposit on the apartment, He's renting month to month. To me, that is like legit month to month. You move in, you pay 1 month rent, and you know, no security deposit, no deposits on electricity, water. Everything's ready, internet's ready. You just basically pay rent for that 1 month, and then after 1 month, if you don't like it, you can bail. You know, to me, that is month to month. That's a legit month to month. That's why I like recommending La Casa Española. You know, you're not worried. You know, expats here always say, I never got my security deposit, my cleaning deposit, all that. At La Casa Española, zero security deposit, zero cleaning. You pay month to month. You know, to me, that's like a good situation, because if you don't like it after a month, you just like, hey, I'm out of here. You know, I'm finding a new place, or you could be looking for another place while you're. And we'll take you, man. I know you might like a quieter space than Calibo, JP. So when you get here, I'll take you to Tangalan. You know, there's another expat there that contacted me. He lives on Tangalan Beach. Jimmy is his name. And he's renting an apartment there. That might be your, you know, it's a small fishing town, like a fishing village. The only bad thing about Tangalan, you know, there's nothing out there but the beach and the fishing town. You know, you might have a few sari-sari stores, but no groceries. I don't think they even have a 7-Eleven back there, you know, but you know, that might be your pace, man, but you'll get to see it once you get here, JP. You got a tour guide, man. I'm your tour guide, JP. I got to take care of my Panay Posse brothers when they get here, man. Tell Edgar to drink lots of coconut water. Yes. Edgar, actually, one of our subscribers, actually, Gary, sent him like this powder, like a hydration powder, Amazon Prime. He sent it Amazon Prime. I delivered it to Edgar, because that's the thing. That's real here in the Philippines. People just like take that lightly. You know, it's like they come here. I warn people all the time, man. Philippines, especially during the summer here, the heat here hits different. You know, it's no joke here, the heat. You don't even notice it. You're sweating all day. And if you're not hydrating, you're not replenishing the electrolytes. Man, you can just like, all of a sudden, you're like feeling lightheaded. You know, it's like you drink water and you're like spitting water. You're like throwing up because, you know, you're already having like a heat dehydration or a heat stroke, man. Be careful. Be very careful here with the hydration. It's no joke here. No joke in the Philippines. Daniel, all right. JB says Daniel. Oh, I almost forgot, man. I got carried away here. I better do the weather report. I always do the weather report. I do not want to disappoint Vegas Will. He always tells me I'm Mr. Weatherman. And we are having like right now, there is, it's still far. Let me get my notes here. Right now, there's a tropical cyclone, but it's still outside of the PAR, the Philippine area of responsibility. It's still about over 1,000 kilometers east of Eastern Visayas, like Samar and Leyte, but it is headed our way. The thing here during November and December, you know, normally, like I've mentioned before on the live streams, the typhoons that enter the Philippines, it usually hits Eastern Visayas, but goes northwest trajectory. It goes to like the Bicol region, even goes up to northern Luzon. But this time of the year, because it's amihan season, the winds change here in the Philippines during habagat season. That's like, we're done with habagat, the monsoon season. Now we're in amihan. The winds change here. You know, so now the trajectory of like the typhoons that go in, they hit us here. They go to like Eastern Visayas and then goes to Central Visayas, which is Cebu, Bohol, Dumaguete, and then us here in Panay Island in Western Visayas, Negros Island. That's like the trajectory. I even got it mapped out here. They're showing like the trajectory right there. They're predicting that's like the trajectory of the typhoon that's coming. Typhoon Tino, Tino, is the name of the typhoon. They're expecting it to hit us here Tuesday or Wednesday. You know, it's still 1,000 kilometers, depending on if it speeds up or slows down. But we are expecting a lot of rain here. Like right there, that's the map of the Philippines. And as you can see, the map of the Philippines there, I mean, we're direct hit. We're direct hit here in Panay Island. We're gonna get smacked. We're gonna get slammed by this typhoon for sure. They're already predicting like it says like heavy rainfall and of course wind. And the thing about the typhoons that hit the Philippines, we're already like towards the end of typhoon season in the Philippines. Tino is number 20 already for the year. 20. So we've had a lot of typhoons already. But again, a lot of the typhoons, the number one typhoon to 19, it usually hits Luzon and then northern Luzon. This one is like gonna pass through directly to our Visayas, all through Visayas Island, which is Eastern Visayas again, Samar, Leyte, Central Visayas, Cebu, Bohol, Dumaguete, and then hit us here in Western Visayas, like Panay Island and Negros Island. I mean, I'm looking at the trajectory. It's like a direct hit. The eye of the typhoon is gonna like land like in Rojas City, which is only like an hour and a half, 2 hours from our place here. So we're gonna get hit. I know we're gonna get hit. I'm hoping it doesn't turn into a super typhoon. Right now, it just says tropical depression. But as it gets closer to Eastern Visayas, they are predicting it to like pick up, to become like a typhoon, and then, you know, hopefully not a super typhoon, because super typhoons are not good here. I mean, they just create heavy damage. It's the winds that a super typhoon here is like over 200 kilometers per hour. The gust, and that gust, man, when you get a typhoon, super typhoon, and it gusts, man, it rattles my house. It feels like an earthquake. It's like when you hit that wind gust. Right now, it says here, heavy rainfall. Look out, Aklan. So this is, they're expecting like a high level of rain, a high level of wind coming into our area. So I'm gonna be tracking this for sure. I'm on the Pag-asa website. I'm gonna be tracking this for sure, making sure, keeping on top of it. I actually, I was messaging with my good friend Gray this morning. He's like, "What do I have to do, Gino?" I told him, "Man, get some flashlight, get battery, candles, because the minute this typhoon hits us, we're gonna lose electricity for sure. It could be like 500 kilometers away. We're already gonna lose electricity here. This is like when typhoons hit our area here. Power lines go down. During 2019, Super Typhoon Ursula, we didn't have electricity for 1 week. In Yolanda in 2014, we didn't have electricity for 1 month. 1 month in Calibo, we didn't have electricity. So better prepare. Like us here, I got like these 5-gallon water containers. We got like 4 of those. I got them delivered already. We got canned goods. We got rice. I got my trusted Blue Yeti here for electricity. We're prepared. We're prepared. We're ready for this typhoon coming in. Andy, Gino, at which point does it kick in that now you're moving to the Philippines, when you start to feel nervous and excited at the same time? For me, what I remember, in 2010, I did my recon here in the Philippines. I went to Boracay, Baguio, Tagaytay, Angel City, Subic. I did my 30-day recon in 2010. And then when I got, in preparation for my move here in 2011, about a year before, during that year, I was getting rid of stuff in the U.S., selling off things, giving away things, Like my last thing that I sold was my car. I had my car. I was trying to sell it to like another person, but like 1 week before I left the U.S., I just drove it to CarMax. At the time, CarMax, you just bring your pink slip, your title to the vehicle, drive it there, and they give you money. I mean, I'm sure they, I didn't get what my car was worth, but I was just happy to get rid of it. It was paid off anyway, so it was cash that I was going to bring to the Philippines. I think I would say the last like 2 months, because I was just in a hurry to get rid of things in the U.S. And the last 2 months in the U.S., it's both. For me, I think more excitement because, I'm Filipino, I'm Filipino-American. I was stationed in the Philippines back in the late 80s till Mount Pinatubo in 91. But still, there's still nervousness because you don't know what to expect. When I landed in Boracay in 2011, we didn't have YouTube. I did not know Old Dog yet. I did not know Bud Brown. There wasn't like a big YouTube to the Philippines kind of like vloggers at the time in 2011. It's like I don't think YouTube was really big back then. I know I never watched a video on YouTube about retiring here before I came here. So a lot of unknowns, and I think that was the thing. It's like you just have a lot of unknowns. But now, with all the vloggers now, with all the people moving here, it's an easier move now because you can watch, right? You can, if you're going to Dumaguete, you're gonna have like hundreds of videos of Dumaguete. You're almost there. Like Ruben was even telling me that's what he did. He's now in Calibo now since January. Before he came here, he watched so many videos of different areas. He said he felt like he knew the place. Like Ruben now, when in Calibo, he probably knows more about Calibo than me. He knows like little alleys, little streets. Ruben's even telling me, "Oh, I found another cafe. Check it out, Gino." He'll send me a picture. I say, "Oh man, thank you, Ruben." It's like he's finding things in Calibo that I would have never found because like a lot of times I'm driving, I'm on Bumblebee or in our car. I'm not paying attention to those like little alleyways and little cafes, coffee shops and things like that. But now, with all the stuff on YouTube, all the things that you can get the information now, definitely it's a lot out there now. Your tourist visa, your balikbayan privilege, your SRRV, all that information is online now with YouTube, step by step procedures. Back when I came in 2011, it was like there wasn't really a lot of that. It's like I of course, when I moved here in 2011, I had the balikbayan privilege. When I landed in Manila, I get the 1 year balikbayan because I have a Filipino birth certificate, and my passport says it says Philippines. That's all you need. On your American passport, if you look at the picture page, there's a place there that says place of birth, and it'll say Philippines. That's all you need. U.S. passport with that, they'll stamp you with the balikbayan privilege when you move here. Balikbayan privilege is 1 year. It's 1 year stay in the Philippines, no fees, zero fees when you land here. And all you do is like before the 1 year, you can do is you can either exit to like Thailand, and that's what I was doing when I first got here. I wasn't a citizen yet. I wasn't a Philippine citizen yet. So I would just exit. I would go to like I went to Hong Kong, Thailand, Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia. I was just traveling and then come back and they give you that balikbayan privilege stamp again. And what else? If you're oh, you can also extend the balikbayan privilege. You have that opportunity here. If you can't make that 1 year, you decide you don't want to go to Thailand, you can get it extended. I think for 6 months at the Bureau of Immigration. And then with the balikbayan privilege, if it's a Filipina coming back to the Philippines and they have a foreigner spouse, and they have foreigner kids, their kids were born in the US, Canada, or whatever. As long as the family members travel with the Filipina, they get the 1 year privilege too. It's nice because there's no fees, zero fees with the balikbayan privilege. I know a lot of people use that now, and a lot of people are getting more familiar about the balikbayan privilege. Oh, it's raining now. It's dark. It's been raining. Yesterday, if you can remember when I did the live stream, it's like bright and sunny. Now we're getting rain. Yeah, we're getting rain. Heavy rainfall expected here in Aklan today. They have those warnings like orange, yellow warnings. So there's going to be flooding for sure. Different parts of Aklan province and different parts of Panay Island. A lot of like the low-lying areas. And when it rains here, the thing here when it rains like, it could rain all day. It could be like torrential rain like this all day. So that's why, unavoidable that you would have areas in the Panay Island that will flood today. Ren, how many months do you celebrate Christmas in the Philippines? When it starts, when does it end? Really, I mean, people put up, many people put up their Christmas trees already starting September, October. Like for me, I don't usually put up a Christmas tree till after Thanksgiving. That's kind of like, I maintain like some of the things I learned in the U.S. But most people, December, the whole month of December is really the Christmas celebration here. The first week of December, like here in Aklan province, we will have like each town, there's 17 towns in 17 municipalities or 17 towns in Aklan province. And what will happen is like the first week of December, they have what's called opening of lights. Well, I know that's opening of lights. That's like, it should be turning on the lights, right? Turning on. Opening of lights. They have that at every single town, every single plaza. Usually it's at the town plaza by the church. That's how the towns here are set up. Pretty much any town you go in Aklan province, there's a town plaza and then the Catholic church on all of them. And they will have like a celebration there. Like they'll decorate with lights, giant Christmas trees. Same thing at Pastrana Park in Calibo. Food vendors, lots of food vendors. Here in Aklan, ati-atihan bands because it's a big event. Like last year here in Numancia, they even had like a Christmas caroling competition. I mean, it was like pretty good. I have it on film. It's one of my Numancia videos. there was like each of the barangays. I think there's a dozen barangays in our town of Numancia. Each of the barangays, they were like dressed in like, they had outfits, they had songs, they prepared, a competition because, the mayor of our town, there's a prize money, first, second, and third prize money. And, the minute you tell people prize money, they're like, their ears perk up. They're like, oh man, prize money, we got to win that. And then, the sense of pride, right? It's like, it's a big deal when you're a barangay. It's like first place in the opening of lights competition. Our whole town was at the plaza that day. It's like, that's just how it is. It's like you get that small town feel. It's like it's the same. There's places in the U.S. I remember when I lived in, like, let's say when I lived in Shreveport. I remember in Louisiana. There's areas in the U.S. that still got that hometown feel where you have a parade, you have like lighting a Christmas tree. But here, it's just another level here. It's like because here in the Philippines in December, you have that opening of lights. Then right after that, you have that, they call it here Simbang Gabi. Simbang Gabi. It's like you have to go to church like every day. There's a certain amount of days you go to church. And after church that day, there you got food vendors out there. Usually it's like early in the morning, right? Like 5 a.m., 6 a.m. or Simbang night. It's just a big event here. The whole month of December, pretty much. Christmas is well celebrated here. And I think most people know that. It's like you go to the malls. They've been playing Christmas music at the mall here since September. Scuba, hey, there's Scuba Steve. Good morning, my brother. Good morning, Hey, man, did you cook that tuna yet, man? I saw you, man. I saw you on the live stream, on Michael White's live stream. You got that, Steve and Michael White, they were in Marinduque on a beach. They've been staying at this beach area. And these boats coming in, they just come in on the beach, bring in their like catch for the day. And I saw Scuba Steve. He bought some nice tuna, like a whole tuna. It's like with the head, tail, everything. He bought like, I think I heard it was like 200 pesos a kilo. I think it was 200 pesos a kilo. So I know Scuba was supposed to grill that today. He wanted to grill it yesterday, but he's going to grill it today because Michael White said on the live stream that Scuba wanted to eat it already, man. I'm surprised that you didn't cook it right away, Steve. I'm surprised you didn't cook it right away, Scuba Steve. Yo, Liam. All right, Liam. Question about bananas. Are you aware of the Caribbean style green plantain? Oh yeah, plantain, man. Filipinos eat a lot of plantains, man. It might not be the same variety as the Caribbean. I haven't had a Caribbean green plantain, but plantains is huge here in the Philippines. People eat a lot of plantain here. Usually they'll cook the plant, like in our province, they cook it in a stick. They'll like deep fry the plantain banana with brown sugar. That's one way to do it. And then there's another way they do it. They press it. They press the plantain. They put flour and they fry it. Filipinos, man, they're into frying here. Everything is like fried, unfortunately, right? It's not the healthiest for. My dog wants to go out. Let me let my dog out. Hey, Toy, you gonna go outside? It's raining. Here in our province of Bulacan, they call it combo. It's like they flatten the plantain, flour it, and then deep fry it. Another way, toron. Toron is another way. They cut the plantain banana, wrap it in like an egg roll, fry it with brown sugar. And also plantain gets cooked in Filipino dishes. Like there's a lot of Filipino pochero. Pochero is one Filipino dish. It's like a soup dish with meat and vegetables and potatoes, and they'll put plantain in there. So plantains is commonly used in Filipino cuisine. Good morning, good morning, Brian. Good morning, man. I can't wait for Game 7, brother. I'm so excited, man. I got all my gear. I was wearing this when we won the championship last year, so hopefully it brings me a good mojo today, man. Can a senior citizen live there with $1,700 a month from Social Security? Could he survive? I've said it many times on my live stream. $1,700. That's like an average Social Security that people get in America. And if you're single coming here, you can live well on that. You can live well. I know personally people moving here, retired here in the Philippines with less than that. Of course, you have to. Oh, my dog wants to go in there. All right, go in. Of course, you have to have your medical covered. That's the biggest piece that you have to have covered is your medical. That's why I tell people have an emergency fund, savings, nest egg, whatever for your medical. Hey, Tuy. You know, my dog's like he must have seen something out there, but 1,700 plenty. Now, not at BGC, not in the cities, you know, it's gonna be tight. I mean, it can be done, you know, like in Iloilo City, it can be done. But like in the provinces, once you select a province, like here in Aklan province, to me, that's why I always tell people Aklan province is a gem here as far as retirement. Not just because I live here, 14 years. I know, I've traveled the Philippines. Aklan province is one of the lowest cost of living, lowest place to find housing for rent. Like Stevie, he's coming here, you know, he's on a tight budget. That's why his, you know, Social Security age is on a tight budget. And he was telling me, man, I think I can only afford 8,000 pesos rent. So I got him a studio apartment for 8,000 pesos a month. Nice studio apartment. Like I said, hot water, converter, AC. It's not a dump. You know, people always like rag on the Philippines. Oh yeah, you can find something, but it'll be a dump. I'm like, I don't think so, man. People just like to hate on the Philippines sometimes. But if you meet somebody here, find like a trusted blogger. There's some good ones out there. You know, it's like find one, communicate with that blogger. If in that area where you want to go, like Dumaguete, I know there's some good vloggers in Dumaguete, man. Contact my good friend now. His name is Michael S. Something simple is his YouTube channel. He just started. He's not big yet on YouTube, but he's a great guy. Find guys like that. You can tell they're good guys anyway. You know, once you like communicate with them, you can sense that, hey man, this person really wants to help me. You know, it's like those are the kind of people that you want to like meet here, surround yourself here in the Philippines. That way it's an easier transition. But $1,700, man, you can live well on that, man. I have lived here for 14 years, and when I was single, when I moved to Boracay, I did not spend more than $1,000, and that was in Boracay Island, man. Boracay Island's like a resort, #1 tourist destination. I was living in Boracay for like $1,000 a month, so 1,700, man. You can live well on that. But again, I warn you, make sure your health is good. That's the key piece, because you know, a lot of times when, you know, unfortunately, Medicare is not accepted here if you're Social Security age. That's like the other missing piece is like that Medicare. Medicare right now, actually, there's a medical portability bill up in Congress right now. Well, when they're done with the shutdown, you know, it's like if it gets approved, there's like 12 countries in the world that they will accept Medicare, and Philippines is one of them. So hopefully, you know, that gets approved, then you get that piece solved, you know, the medical piece solved. But if not, like what a lot of Americans, a lot of expats that I know here, some do get that Pacific Cross. Michael Onstead, he's like popular here in the Philippines. He's an expat that, you know, he promotes Pacific Cross Philippines insurance. I mean, a little pricey, you know, it's not cheap to be on Pacific Cross. But a lot of Americans that I know here, they come here on Social Security alone, and they just build their nest egg. They just build their nest egg, their emergency medical fund, you know, because, you know, if you don't sign up for Medicare Part B, I think, or whatever, it's like $185 that you pay into it, right? If you're here in the Philippines, you can't use it. So a lot of them, $185 a month. I think Daniel was even saying it's going to go up to $200. So $200 a month, if you're saving that in 1 year, that's $2,400. That's over 100,000 pesos here in the Philippines. You know, you save that for like a couple of years. That's a nice, good emergency fund here. So you just got to be smart. when you come here to the Philippines. There's many ways that you can live well here on $1,700. I mean, don't expect life in BGC, life in a condominium, but you can find provinces here, and I know Aklan province is one of them. We're a province, but we're not, like remote province. We're not like out in the boonies with like, if you go to Calibo now, we got Asia Pacific Medical Center, 8-story, brand new hospital with the emergency room, state-of-the-art equipment, MRI, ultrasound. They got it. They got ICU. They got neurosurgery. They got stuff here now, even though we're a province. There's malls. So we got Grand Gaisano Mall. So it's not like there are provinces now, don't especially if you choose like Mindanao. I know some expats choose Mindanao. There's some provinces in the Mindanao that are like out there, where there's not much in it. A lot of times because they meet a Filipina from there, they go there. That's why I always advise people, when you come to the Philippines, retire in the Philippines, find your spot. Find your spot first. Find where you want to live, like where you're comfortable. Find your beach. Find your if it's a city, if it's a province. Don't move to the Philippines just because of a Filipina. I think that's a mistake that a lot of people make. They end up in a province where it's out of nowhere, out in the boonies, because they met a Filipina online. They're moving their life to that Filipina's hometown, and they're not thinking about themselves as far as like, what am I going to do when I get there? I'm up in the mountains. I'm up somewhere where there's no people speaking English. There's no expats to hang out. That's why I tell people, get yourself situated first where you want, where you're happy. Like in Boracay Island, man, that's like paradise in Boracay Island. If you're like living there, the Filipina will come. There's no place in the Philippines where there's no Filipina. If you go to a place here where you enjoy the place, you like the place, you will meet a Filipina. It's just like, to me, it's like, that's why I always tell people, the online, the LDR, long distance relationship, you have a higher failure rate with that. It's better to just land here in the Philippines, meet the Filipina in person. You can see how they act. You can see how they're around their friends. You better to meet a Filipina that way, because when they're online, they could be hiding stuff. They can be hiding stuff from you. You get to that province, where your Filipina lives, and then all of a sudden you're noticing stuff that I didn't know this about my Filipina. I didn't know this about my Filipina. By the way, I am now down. All right, Daniel, 4 months, man. That's nothing, brother. I mean, by the time, I saw what was that? It says yesterday on my Facebook. It says 75 days before Ati-Atihan. Here in our province, in Calibo and Aklan province, we have a countdown for Ati-Atihan. Ati-Atihan is our big festival here in the province of Aklan. And it's like yesterday I saw it says 75 days till Ati-Atihan Festival. And that's fun. That's fun here in Aklan Province if you get to experience Ati-Atihan. D-Day in the Philippines. All right, Daniel, you got your D-Day. D-Day in the Philippines. JP, I will stay there 4 to 6 months for sure. I will need time to... Yeah. That's the thing, right, JP? You're landing at a place, you got familiar faces, you got me, you got Edgar, you got, introduce you to Gray. I'll introduce you to James and Karen's in Balete. We'll go to James and Karen's house in Balete. You'll have people that you're familiar with, that are good people, friendly people. We just want you to succeed here. I want you to be happy here, JP. I know when you get here, I just want you to say, man, Ginno wasn't lying, man. This is a good place. I want you to get that feeling. And don't have to be 4 to 6 months, man. If you decide, like I said, hey, man, if Calibo gets too boring, that's usually what people tell me, man, there's nothing to do here in Calibo, man. It's so quiet here. There's no nightlife here in Calibo. Like Boracay Island, Calibo's only an hour and a half from Boracay, if you're looking for that nightlife, man, they got nightlife in Boracay Island. That's not a problem in Boracay Island, man. Fortune, hey, good morning, Fortune. Fam and the Panay Posse, glad to see you, Fortune. Rainy day here, Fortune. We're getting rain, man. All that sunshine we got the past couple of days, it's gone, man. It's like downpouring here. It's like raining hard here in Aklan province. Let's go Dodgers! All right, I got my gear, man. I got my gear. I'm ready. I'm ready for the Dodgers, man. Hello, Fortune. Hello, Fortune. Good AM. Kim, Charlie, JP. All right. You're an inspiration, JP. I know, right? You know, it's like, and we'll learn from JP too, right? Because his journey, he's gonna like, I'm sure, like JP's already told me he's willing to share his journey here, getting his motorbike, getting his driver's license. I'll take JP to all that. So we'll go through that process with JP. So I'll learn from JP. Y'all will learn from JP also. Go Dodgers, Scuba Steve. All right, man. I got people rooting for my Dodgers. I can't ask for a better good mojo this morning, man. Good AM, Bond, Lowell, Daniel. Hey, Peanut Butter Travels. Peanut Butter Travels here. All right, all right. I take magnesium supplements in the summer or start cramping. Oh, good, man. You know, it's like I would continue, you know, whatever works for you. I know what, like me, I used to be a cyclist when I was in Tucson, Arizona. I used to ride road bikes. You know, my weekends, I would spend 4 or 5 hours, 6 hours on my road bike, Saturday and Sunday. That was like my hard training days. So during the week, you know, 1 hour because of work and all that. But, you know, I would take stuff like that. I know I had like my energy things. I got peanut butter, bananas, you know, it's like, because in Arizona, man, it's hot in Arizona. So you have to really watch out for cramping. I think the only time I cramped up, I did the El Tour de Tucson. I did it for a couple of years in Tucson, Arizona. It's 100-mile bike race in Tucson. Usually November, I think, is when that happens. And then 1 year, I remember I was hydrating. I was doing all good, preparing the day before and everything. But I was like maybe 10 miles from the finish line, and I started cramping. And that was like the worst, you know, because like there's really nothing you can do once you start cramping, and then you're on a bike. So I just kind of pushed through it. But so I know about cramping. But that's good that you're prepared. You're prepared for that, JP, because like I said, the Philippines, it's a different kind of heat here. You know, many people tell me, oh, I'm from Florida, I'm from Texas, you know, I know humidity. Oh, I'm from the high, you know, I'm in the desert in Arizona, I can handle heat. Man, when you land at the airport here, JP, and if it's summertime, you're on that plane in Cebu or Manila when you land here, and here, the planes here don't have that attachment usually to go to the building. So you can't go from an air-conditioned plane to the air-conditioned building. A lot of times here in the planes, you have to like deboard the plane and walk on the runway, catch a bus. You know, catch a bus. You know, they got these stairs that you go down the airplane. Once they open that doors and you walk out, you're gonna feel the heat. You're gonna go like, dang, the Philippines is hot. You know, you're gonna be sweating. You're gonna be sweating, man. Especially if you arrive during the summer. You're arriving here cooler. Maybe you won't experience that, but you will know the heat. You will experience heat here, JP. Good AM, Steve. Steve, I sent Mike a link to FB stream of Game 7. All right, man. You know, that's good, man. Is that your spot? The Spot TV? I got. That's where I'm watching the game. They have it here. Spot SPOTV. Spot TV. You can catch like games like the World Series. I think we only pay like 300 pesos a month membership. So, but you know, that's like $7 for the membership. Not bad, you know. And then after the World Series, if I'm not interested anymore. But there's other sports in there that Dazzle and I can watch on Spot TV. Peanut Butter Travels. Hello to all. Pre-game show now. All right, pre-game, man. Fortune, what's going on? Happy Undas. I know Fortune yesterday. I know Fortune spent time at the cemetery already yesterday. Things are certainly interesting in the Philippines right now. Yeah, I mean, the Philippines this time of year after Undas, we're now in November, especially December. Once we hit December, it's all about celebration in the Philippines. The whole month, opening of lights, Simbang Gabi, Christmas, and then New Year's. We got one of the most spectacular New Year's here. It's like fireworks. Like people just like to celebrate here in the Philippines. Even though it's a poor country, you don't feel that. You don't feel that it's a poor country because like people are this is a time of the year, December especially. It's just a happy time. You can go to any plaza. I can go to the Calibo Capitol area. There's always stuff going on. There's always like Christmas caroling in our neighborhood here. Kids will be start caroling here in December. It's just very festive, very festive. It's not just like one day. It's not one day, It's like I know in America, when I lived in America, my relatives and I would get together like on Christmas Day, but that's it. It's like the whole month of December, really. You go to the mall, that's the activity that you do. It's just a different vibe here in the Philippines when it's the holidays. People, it's very festive. A lot of Filipinos are happy, because government workers, especially here, and some private companies, in December, they have what's called here 13th month pay. 13th month pay, the businesses, government for sure, government employees, and then private companies, Fortune, I'm sure Fortune's gonna get 13-month pay. So on the month of December here, you get an extra pay, an extra month pay. 13th month pay is what it's called here. Hey, that will put me in a good mood. It's like, like that would put anybody in a good mood to get a whole month's paycheck, for doing nothing, just a bonus, a Christmas bonus, I know when I worked in the US, man, for Carondelet Health Network in Tucson, I never got a Christmas bonus. I never got any bonus. I think I got a bonus like 5 years working for them. I hit my 5-year anniversary. I think I got a watch. That was my bonus, a watch. I was like, that's my bonus, man. I can't get cash, man. I can't get cash. Here in the Philippines, 13th month pay is real. People get 13th month pay here, an extra month salary in the month of December. Daniel Ford, all right. Scuba Steve, thank you, Fortune. Oh, okay. So, good morning, Fortune. Yes, Vaughn. We were in the cemetery yesterday all afternoon to early evening. Yeah, I figured that's what Fortune was doing yesterday, man. JP. Thanks, Vaughn. I would be very nervous without Master Sergeant Ginno. Hey, man. Don't be nervous, man. I got you. I got your back, JP. I got your six, brother. Happy Undas. Thanks. Happy Undas, Fortune. When does the game begin? Less than an hour, 8 a.m. 8 a.m. here. They're going to sing that, Oh, Canada. So like, because they're playing the game in Toronto, instead of the American national anthem. You woke up early, Steve. All right, man. Steve woke up early. Must not have had a lot of mule. Scuba Steve told me yesterday on the live stream, he's got 5 cases of mule. I was like, man, 5 cases. Oh, on the live stream on Ray in the Philippines live stream last night. Ray was like hitting the do-why. Yeah, Ray was like hitting the tanduay. And then Scuba Steve said, man, I got 5 cases of mule. Mule is a drink here in the Philippines. It's a combo drink, liquor. I think it's I know it's a mix. It's a mixed drink, and there's liquor. I've never had it. I've never had mule, but I see Michael White. I see him drinking mule. I know he likes mule, and I think Scuba Steve 5 cases. I know he likes mule. I was with Mike and Steve live. Yeah, I was there too. I always try to watch other people's live too, because, they support me, I support them, and I'm genuinely happy when I see people just enjoying their life, right? To me, that's what I want to see. It's like when I'm sitting here just doing nothing, watching my flat screen, I'm watching live streams of people having fun, because that's what I want to see. All that negativity in the world, everybody's ragging, it's like why would you want to be watching that? You know, watch people that are enjoying their life, like Scuba Steve and Michael White yesterday on the beach. They're just like live streaming on the beach, you know, buying fresh tuna coming out of the boat. You know, little Michael swimming in the ocean. You know, it's like they had this floating pontoon kind of like thing on the beach, you know, where people were walking. I mean, you know, why would you like watch anything else? To me, that's entertainment. I like watching people having a good time. And got a good sleep. Woke up at 6 a.m. All right, Fortune. Always Fortune. 8 a.m. Philippine time. Yep, that's it. Dodger game. Dodger Blue Jays. Fortune, me too. Usually 4 a.m. But today, I extend 2 more hours sleep. Yeah, you got tired yesterday. That's what happened, Fortune. You know, it was hot. It was hot here yesterday. So I'm sure where you were at, I'm sure it was hot too. Fortune, he is in Bacoor in Cavite. I think Michael White lived in Cavite. I think I overheard him one time. He said he lived in Cavite before. Tino, yes, Tino. I know, like a typhoon Tino is going to be entering the Philippine area of responsibility here. We're already getting rain from it, you know. I'm sure the rains that we're getting today, that's from a Typhoon Tino. And we're on the direct path. Fortune, it's gonna hit like Eastern Visayas, then Central Visayas, and then here in Western Visayas. The only thing that's saving grace for us here, when the typhoon is when we're in the direct path of the typhoon, Fortune, when it makes landfall in Eastern Visayas, it weakens. You know, when typhoons hit land, it weakens, and then he'll hit land again in Central Visayas, Cebu area, Bohol area. It'll weaken. So by the time it gets to us, usually it's a lot weaker than when it hits Eastern Visayas. Like my friend Belus in Leyte. He's batting down the hatches. He's like preparing for that typhoon coming in his area, because more likely it's going to make landfall in Leyte, Samar area. Scuba Steve, Fortune, he is in Manila and Bacoor, Cavite. He lives in Bacoor, but he works in Manila. He's a banker, man. Fortune's a banker that works in Manila, in the financial district. In Manila. It's the first city from Metro Manila, about 50 kilometers from Tagaytay. We're Reyes, yep. Then I work in RCBC, the bank in Makati, 20 kilometers away. But originally from Iloilo. That's why Fortune, that's how I met Fortune, because he had interest in Panay Island. He's from Iloilo City, grew up in San Jose in Antique, Panay Island. That's why he's on our channel. He's on James and Karen's channel. He's on Mike and Kat's channel, That Philippines Life channel. Get your bill. Oh yeah, I got it, man. I got my Blue Yeti charged up, man. I can always charge it in my car too. I have the adapter for my cigarette lighter, so when it's low, but it lasts pretty good, man. It's the size of a car battery, but it lasts at least 2-3 days before I have to charge it. And I just plug it into my car. I drive around, and then it charges up. Do you cook? No, I don't cook with gas. Nothing gas in our house, man. I got all electric in our house. But I do have one of those camping burner. You know, I have one of those camping burner with the butane, the butane can. That's how I would. And the only thing really that we would cook, like if we have several days without electricity, would be rice. I'm sure Dazzle and them want me. I just eat bread, man. I can eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I'm fine. It's like I'm not a big rice person. Even half a cup is usually the rice I eat. I'm not a big rice eater. But I do have that one burner because everything's electric. I have that one burner electric right there, kind of like a camping thing. But I do have the butane one that comes with like the butane the gas. And then we even have like outside the clay the clay pot that you can cook with wood or charcoal. Everybody's got that here in the Philippines. Pretty much, I think, when we cook outdoors, because sometimes Dazzle likes to cook tuyo. Tuyo is like dried fish. And we don't cook that inside the house because it stinks up the whole house, So we have a clay pot. It's a traditional clay pot. You can buy it at the public market here for like $1. And you can put wood, you can put charcoal, and it's a cooking stove basically. So we got backup, but we've been through no electricity for extended period of time. So it's nothing that we can't survive. To us, it's not a big deal. Not a big deal. Batangas. For 2 years. Batangas. Wow. Scuba Steve. The new one, City Batangas. Yes. I know the place, but farther than Tagaytay from us. It's along the banks of Taal Lake. Also a great historical city. Many revolutionaries. All right. Cool, man. Also resorts. I know Batangas got a lot of, even when I was little in the Philippines in the 70s, we used to go to Nasugbu, Batangas. I haven't been there since in the 70s, so I don't know how developed Nasugbu, Batangas has become. I'm sure it's a lot more developed now than when I was going there as a little kid. Frankie, big game, man. That's why I got my Dodger gear, man. I'm like, I wore this gear yesterday. I wore this jersey. My good friend Steve in Las Vegas, he gave me this jersey 2 years ago, because he knows I'm a Dodger fan. So last year I was wearing this when we won the championship and at Yankee Stadium. So hopefully it brings good mojo today. Daniel, I am at 60 days minus to completely out of my remaining 2 units. All right. Just one more payment. All right, and I know, man, Daniel, that's gonna be a load off your shoulders. You're gonna be happy once you get rid of all that storage units, and like me, that's one of the things that that's why I don't accumulate things. I don't buy things anymore. I'm more minimalist now because for me, less is more. To me, the more things you have, the more it brings stress in your life. I even made a comment. I was replying back to a comment. The minute I realized, that I could live on my military pension alone here in the Philippines, I stopped chasing money. And when I stopped chasing money, it also stopped stress in my life. A lot of people are always like chasing money their whole life. And this is just me now. But I realized once I stopped worrying about money and chasing it, to me it's like I have a military pension that comes in every month. I've been collecting a military pension now for 22 years. I can't even believe that. I was 37 when I got my military pension, and today I'm collecting it still. It's like until I die, I'll be collecting the military pension. And for me, the minute I realized I can live off my military pension and don't have to work anymore, I stopped chasing money, and my stress level just dropped. I no longer, I know people are always telling me, oh, Ginno, you should file with the VA, the Veteran Administration. You can get money from the VA. I don't even chase the VA. I have enough money. It's like, to me, yeah, it'll be extra money for me, but what am I going to do with the money? To the bank. To me, chasing it would just like cause more stress in me because like I have to go to medical appointments. They got to like poke and prod me again, decide, wait on their decision. To me, it's just not worth it. I know it's just me now. You guys can chase the VA all you want, but for me, I no longer chase money. And when I tell people that, they're kind of like surprised when I tell them because I don't. The minute I stop chasing money is the minute my stress level, everything dropped. I don't invest in like stocks anymore. I would never invest in crypto because, that's too risky in my book, just because I'm old now. I'll be 60 next year. Investment to me is like for the younger guys, For me, it's like I'm happy to get my little interest at the security deposit at the bank, It's like chasing money is like no longer in my vocabulary. Oh, Mom Janet, long time no see. Long time no see, Mom Janet. Hope everything's well. Hope the health is good, Mom Janet. Hope you're doing well. I'm always you're always in our thoughts and prayers, Mom Janet. You haven't been here in a while, but I was thinking about you the other day. I was like, I wonder, and I understand people get busy sometimes. That's why people, on our channel, in the live stream, sometimes we'll drop for a little bit and then come back. That's how it is. Even HD was the same way, right? HD was gone, and then now he's back. Now he's in Calibo. It's like he's busy trying to fix his mom's house here in Calibo. Yes, hey John, been very busy. See, right there, I can tell Mom Janet was just busy. People get busy, and I totally understand that, Mom Janet. Sergeant, Fortune, sounds like hard work. Yeah, just, it's like, JP, I'm not one for hard work anymore. It's like, to me, ever since I retired, I'm like, I like my easy pace, it's like, in our house here, my friend Gray always gives me a hard time because, like, in our house here, if something breaks, I'm like, okay, who do I gotta call? It's like, who do I gotta text to fix this? I'm not a do-it-yourself guy. I'm not a fixer of things. It's like I always just like find people that do. Hey, man, I'm employing them. I'm providing salary for them, so I'm helping out. I'm helping out the community. So. Less work is fine with me. Less work, all about retirement for me. All about enjoying retirement here in the Philippines for me. David, did my wife automatically lose her Philippine citizenship when she? Yes. It's the same way with me. Same with the thing with me. I was born in the Philippines. I had a Philippine passport, but the minute I became naturalized in America, I lost my Philippine citizenship. That's just the way it works, I guess. It's like, but the beauty of it for us Filipinos, when we lose our citizenship because we get naturalized, become American citizen, we can regain it back. We're allowed to have dual citizenship. So your wife, if you're in America, all she has to do is go to the Philippine consulate, any Philippine consulate in America. California's got him, Texas got him, New York's got him. Go to the Philippine consulate and say, I want to apply for dual citizenship. And basically, she'll like swear to like the Philippine government and gets a certificate. I have a Philippine certificate. I actually had it done here in the Philippines once I was retired here. When I went to school at STI College Calibo, because the school was asking me for a student visa at the time because I was just a balikbayan. They were asking me for a student visa, so I figured, well, might as well apply for a dual citizenship. I know a lot of Filipinos don't do the dual citizenship, especially like military like me. I'm retired United States Air Force. They're afraid that when you apply, I don't know the truth to it, but they're afraid about if you're a Filipino, got naturalized in the U.S., you're military, if you get dual citizenship, you might lose your security clearance, top secret clearance in the United States. So, that's money in the United States if you're working for government. Secret and top secret, so they don't get their dual citizenship. But me, man, when I came here, I knew I wasn't gonna go back to the U.S. and it's like this is my permanent home now. It's like I haven't been back to the U.S. and I have no plans really of going back to the U.S. The only time I will probably go back if Dazzle, I want to take her just to see America, vacation. Once I get my Social Security in less than 3 years here, I'm eligible for my Social Security. Take Dazzle there for like 3 months vacation. We wanted to do the van life in the United States, Oh, there's Leanna and Mom. They just coming home from church. All right, there you go. How was church?
Sleepy.
Sleepy? You were sleepy, Leanna? Man, you're not supposed to sleep in church. How was church, Mom? How was church? I told them they're both sleepy at church. They're both sleepy at church.
Morning.
Yeah, well, they got to church like before 6 a.m.
Malamig kasi. Malamig.
Oh, yeah. It's cooler. It's cooler temperatures because of the rain. So it's good sleeping weather. You know, they've been up since like 4:30 getting ready for church today. That's why they're sleepy while they were in church. I was lucky $1,200. Usually, ooh, wow. To fix the chimney, 5,000. That's a lot of money. You got lucky there, Mom Janet. Got lucky. Go Jays! All right. Hey, nothing wrong, man. Both the Blue Jays and Dodgers, it's been an amazing series. Game 7, I mean, we can't ask for a better, it's like made the best team win. It's like, I wouldn't be, it wouldn't hurt, I'll be disappointed. Don't get me wrong. I'll be disappointed if my Dodgers lose today. But, Toronto's well-deserving of the championship if they do it. Ooh, sometimes that green, I have a hard time reading. Oh, that's Scott. Hey, Scott. Hopefully you're recovering from that surgery. I know Scott, man. It's like I saw. We're friends on Facebook, so get well, my friend. It's not. I saw you making like that spaghetti, man. It's like Scott was making like home style spaghetti. I saw like chunks of tomatoes in there. I think I saw Italian sausage. Man, that's my kind of spaghetti, man. I'm not a big Jollibee spaghetti, man. To me, the Jollibee spaghetti is not real spaghetti. I like the Italian style spaghetti, man. Next kitchen remodel for Christmas kit. Wow, kitchen remodel. All right, Mom Janet. Next year, we were thinking, Dazzle and I have been talking about maybe summertime when it's not rainy season here, maybe March or April. We might add another room here on our downstairs. Our neighbor is doing it right now. They're adding a room in their lot. So I'm watching the construction going on. All right, I got a message from Stevie. Stevie says he's happy. He's getting the apartment. I was just waiting on the go signal from Stevie about his apartment in Katiklan. So it's all good. And I'll message him after the live stream. So when I pick him up at the airport on November 11, his apartment is like from the airport, not even 15 minutes. So I'll take him to his new home in Katiklan, Aklan. I'm excited for Stevie. I think he's gonna like Katiklan. Dazzle and I, we lived in Katiklan for almost a year. We had an apartment anyway in Katiklan when we owned the resto bar in Katiklan. Daniel, is there a way friends, family to send ng Pinay, BB box once we're in the Philippines? That's tricky. It's easy to send balikbayan box from the States to the Philippines, but it's not cheap to send from the Philippines to the U.S. And of course, in the U.S., when you send things to the U.S., very strict with like customs, taxes in the U.S. and they inspect the thing. Balikbayan box, man. When you send a balikbayan box from the U.S., man, you can pretty much throw anything in there. And the customs people here in the Philippines, they just, oh, that's good, no problem. It's like there's no like weight restriction. There's no, if you send a balikbayan box from the Philippines to the U.S., that's another story. Daniel. It's just like and I understand. The U.S. got to protect. The U.S. It's like it's just a lot stricter and harder. Probably costs a lot more. Balikbayan boxes, I know, like from the U.S., you can send a balikbayan box from the U.S. to us here in Aklan, $100, $125, and man, there's like unlimited weight on that thing. You can put like metal in there. You can put any kind of things in there, and they won't even like inspect it here in the Philippines. For some reason, like the balikbayan boxes, they get a free pass when you send balikbayan boxes here because it's a benefit for Filipinos. Filipinos here in the Philippines understand that. I think the U.S. just got too much regulation and rules. here in the Philippines, especially here in the province, like I've said many times, this is like the wild, wild west here. It's like, there are rules, there are laws here in the province, but a lot of times they're like, it doesn't apply until you get caught. a lot of times people don't, they ignore it. When you get caught, it becomes an issue. Oh, you just can claim like, oh, I didn't know that, sir. I apologize. It's like, and you're forgiven, GP, kitchen remodels are the worst in my opinion. I don't think we'll ever do a kitchen remodel. Our kitchen has been like this for like 9 years, GP. Remodels that's the one thing here. Remodeling really is not a big thing in the Philippines. I know in the US it is because, you want updated. You don't want your kitchen, your living room looking like it's like in the 1970s, like Brady Bunch time, right? So people upgrade. Here in the Philippines, man, when you go to Philippine houses here, if the house was built in 1970, you go inside of the house, it'll still look like the 1970s inside the house. People just like, it's not a big thing. Not a big thing here as far as remodeling. How have you been? How have you been? From Mom Janet. Hello, Janet. I am glad to find some Panay YouTube channels more about regular life in the BI. Vice, Just Woman, Nightlife, and other craziness. Right? It's like that's what I like about Panay Island. I'm not ragging on Angeles City. I'm not ragging on Dumaguete City. But seems like the people that go there, I understand nothing wrong with nightlife, nothing wrong with the partying, drinking, hitting the bars, and all that. But that's just not the vibe in Panay Island here in our Aklan province. It's like. Here in the town in Numancia, I don't think we have a bar. I don't think we have a bar. I have not seen like a resto bar here in a little town of Numancia. Now there's resto bars in Calibo. In Calibo, they actually have what they call food park. It's right beside. I know there's one at the Vineyard at the Atihan Food Park. Food parks are like they'll have like kiosks, like a stand. Maybe like 8 businesses. They'll sell sisig, they'll sell burgers, they'll sell Thai food, they'll sell, and then in the middle it's like the tables and chairs, and then in the front they have like some guy in a guitar, acoustic music, sometimes a whole band will play, and you just eat there in the food park, drink beer, no, pretty much the whole day, the whole evening. There's really, I think they close at 2 a.m. maybe, but if there's a customer there, they're not gonna like make you leave. It's just a small town vibe. But if you're looking for like the nightlife in Panay Island, I think the most you'll get here nightlife wise in Panay Island will be Iloilo City, the Smallville area of Iloilo City, and then Rojas City, where the Canadian Beaver is, right there on Bye Bye Beach. There are several resto bars on Bye Bye Beach by Michael and Kat's Canadian Beaver. But to me, that, and I think I mentioned it more. I mentioned on the live stream before. I think you just meet more normal, traditional Filipino women in the province here, in Aklan province. When you go to places like Angeles City, Dumaguete City, a lot of the Filipinos you'll meet there, they're not from that town. A lot of those cities, they moved there because they want to meet an expat, and nothing wrong with that, right? There's an amount of single men, expats, afam, I can't blame the Filipinos if they're single, single to single, nothing wrong with that, right? But if you're looking for like more traditional, provincial type Filipinas, homemakers, want to just like meet a partner, stay home, take care of you. That's more like, here in Panay Island. The provinces here, Aklan, Capiz, Antique, Iloilo, those are the people that you will meet here, more traditional type women. Mom Janet says, yes, and my wood is solid, so refacing and staining. Oh, okay, all right. They do some of that here. I know homes, a lot of homes here, older homes, Scott, would like my cabinets there, Mom Janet. they're like metal and I made sure they were metal and plastic, I think, because they don't rust. They don't like a big problem here in the Philippines is termites. Anything wood, anything, that's why our house here pretty much is like all solid cement. And then even my cabinet there is metal and plastic. There's no wood. The only wood part on our house is that stairs right there. And so far, I don't see any termites in it, because that is a big problem here. That's why a lot of houses here are cement, rebar steel, cement. Because if it's mostly wood here, you're going to have problem with termites here. Got my air travel booked. Ginno got me an apartment at La Casa near Edgar. Yeah, you'll be neighbors with Edgar. Yeah, you guys will be neighbors. And Gray is also there at La Casa, and Mel from Atlanta, Gray from Seattle. So you got a nice group there. They're all friendly, man. They're going to all welcome you there at La Casa Española. Hi, sir. Hi, sir. Rainiel. All right. Good morning. Thank you for joining the live stream. Sergeant Daniel, hey, from Mom Janet. All right. Hi, Janet. All right. This is Scott. The green screen, I have to like do this with my hand because hard for me to read the ones that are green. And those are my members. Those are the members of our channel, the ones that are green. Simbang Gabi is 9-day covenant leading to Christmas. Originally, dawn masses, now both evening and dawn mass. Oh, thank you, man. I love Fortune, man. See, Fortune is always like educating me about these things, man. I'm not really like well versed with like some of these Filipino traditions here. Thank you, Fortune. Ginno's. All right, thank you, Mom Janet. Appreciate that, Mom Janet. Scott, hey, Art, all right. Good morning, bro. Hey, Michael C., my good friend in 13 Martires. Cavite, another Cavite person here. Just like Fortune. Happy Sunday. Go Dodgers! Go Dodgers! Go Dodgers! Let's go. I can't wait for the game. I'm so excited. Fortune, mule and tuna. For Mike and Steve, I know, right? They got 5 cases of mule, man. That's a lot of mule. Mule is like alcoholic drink here in the Philippines. I've never tried it. I'm sure it's good because like Michael White likes it and Scuba Steve likes it. One of these days, I'll just take a sip, just to try it. I'm not much of an alcohol drinker anymore. It's like a part of my, my recovery process. It's like I have to watch what I put in my body now. Careful of the things I put in my body. I'm on high fiber. I'm the same way, Mom Janet. I'm on a high fiber diet and also low protein diet because I guess protein harms my kidneys because after my chemotherapy, my kidneys got affected. So they're constantly monitoring my kidneys for my creatinine level. About a week ago, I went through like a full workup of my body, my blood work, ultrasound of my kidney, ultrasound of my liver, my prostate. I mean, they poked and prodded me about a week ago at Asia Pacific Medical Center in Calibo, but healthy. They couldn't find anything, which is a good thing, man. It's like a blessing, a definite blessing when you come out of the hospital and they don't tell you, I think we need a biopsy. Now, biopsy always scares me when they have to like start mentioning biopsy, but so far, no biopsies needed. Just MRIs, ultrasound, blood work. I can handle that. Good AM, Mom Janet. Long time. I know, long time. Hope all is well. Mom Janet just got busy with the chimney work, and now the kitchen remodel for Christmas here. Good AM, Michael C. Toron, Banana. Fortune, I'm so to go check heart Wednesday cardiologist first time. I'm kind of, I'll be praying for you, Mom Janet. I know how that is, I just went through that, Mom Janet, about a week ago. I had 2 days I was in the hospital for like multiple tests. Like I said, I got poked and prodded, blood work, it's like, but came out with a clean bill of health. So, it's like I'm very blessed, very blessed. And I know that that'll continue for me for like a few more years here. My oncologist told me usually when you hit like the 5-year mark, I'm only like 2.5 years now cancer free. Usually after 5 years is when they ease up a little on all the tests that's required. But I'm all good, man. I'm used to the tests now, but always kind of makes you nervous, when they're like checking you, when they're like checking your body parts and your blood work and all that. So, it's like I don't want them finding anything wrong for sure. Oh, I gotta charge this. Charge my phone. Daniel, Janet, have tried chia seeds. I've had chia seeds. I have that. I have that on the cabinet there. I have chia. I'm always trying. Like now, I'm trying a lot of the sour soup. It's a fruit here, Daniel. It's like guyabano. So I got these sour soup gummies. I got sour soup powder. It's supposed to be a anti-cancer, good anti-cancer fighter. My good friend Belus in Leyte, he recommended it to me, and I did the research. It looks legit. It's herbal, and it comes from a fruit, so nothing chemicals on it. $1,700, more than enough in provinces like Ginno. Yeah, thank you, Fortune. And I tell that to people all the time, Fortune, because I've seen it. It's like I got friends here that are living at $1,700 or less, and they're like, man, they're buying motorbikes here. They're like traveling while they're here. I mean, Ruben, he's like, I think Ruben is getting back today, but Ruben was in Dumaguete City, went Angeles City. I think maybe this weekend he's back here in Calibo. But so it's not just like you're 1,700, like you're just staying at home doing nothing. $1,700 if you're living in the province here, you're gonna be able to travel. You're gonna be able to get yourself a motorbike. Do things. Be out of your apartment. Fortune, I'm picking up where I left off when I had a heart attack in 2024. Catching up, I got a good handyman. I can live. All right, Mom Janet. Hope the recovery, hope everything is going well. It takes time, right, Mom Janet? Like for me, I stopped my treatment for cancer June of 2023. So, about 2.5 years now, but still, it takes time to recover from like a serious health event. But slowly, I'm getting back to where I was before all those treatments. How much is dollar? 800 peso. 800 peso. That's about $15. I try to compute real quick in the head, but to me, it's like I always kind of like 1,000 pesos in my head is always like $18. So I kind of just like subtract from that. Sergeant, yes, I eat chia with Greek yogurt. Yeah, I do too, man. I mean, like Mom Janet and I got the same things going. I eat yogurt. I got yogurt in the fridge. I got chia seeds. Man, I'm trying to eat as healthy as I can. Sergeant, I add stevia for taste. I put honey. So, I'll put honey on stuff because, again, natural, and I don't buy like the honey that in the grocery. I get the pure honey from like the public market. They sell it here in like in the pint, like the Tanduay pint bottles. And you see the guy, like he's got like a big bucket and it's all honey in there, honeycomb and everything. And he just like pours the honey into like the jar. So it's like pure honey that you're getting. It's not like processed honey. Yes, have an emergency fund for medical. Yep, that's important. You might have the budget of $1,700 a month coming in here, but you have to have money for that emergency fund just in case that they can't handle your medical condition here in the Philippines. But there's nothing, like for me, there is nothing medical. I worked 27 years in hospitals in the United States. There is nothing medical issue that can happen to me here in the Philippines that I can't seek care here. I do not have to fly to America just to seek medical care. That is, to me, that's like people, kind of down the Philippines medical care. And there are, I have to agree, there's provinces here subpar with American hospitals, but there's plenty of hospitals here in the Philippines. As long, like me, I have medical insurance. I have TRICARE medical insurance. Fortune can tell you this. Hospitals in Manila, if I go to hospitals in Manila, BGC, like St. Luke's, Makati Medical, man, those are some of the top-notch hospitals in Asia, so you're not going to get like a bad care, It's just that you got to do your research now, it's like you can't go to like a remote province here up in Mindanao, like I said, or you can't go to like remote areas in Mindanao. You got to go at near the cities like Davao City. You can't go remote and then expect to get good medical care. To me, you got to do your research. You got to do your research. Fortune, about 46,000 pesos. Oh, dollars. I thought he says 800 peso. My bad, my bad, man. I thought he must have been $800. Okay, thank you, Fortune. Yes, our Medicare is going up by, wow, 250. So see, Mom Janet, if you're here in the Philippines and they're going to take out 250 for Medicare, a lot of Americans here, I know they just canceled their Medicare Part A or Part B, and they don't pay into that. They just save the money themselves for their medical fund here. Because it is cheaper here for medical care. I had all those tests done at Asia Pacific Medical Center. All my blood work, sugar, cholesterol, creatine, all that. It was like not even $50. Same thing with ultrasound. I had ultrasounds of all my body, my organs and everything. I think it was just like $40, $50, So it is a lot cheaper here to get medical care. Derek, and their startup costs. Yes, startup costs. Yep. But for the most part, man, startup costs really, like with JP, he's coming here. JP's coming here like in a fully furnished apartment. There's really nothing to buy. I mean, he might want to get like, more comfortable sheets or blanket or pillows, than the hotel type. But, it's like, it's move-in ready. It's got dishes. It's got like everything in it that he'll need. Like, he's basically coming here with a backpack and a suitcase like I did. When I moved here to the Philippines, I was the same way. It's like I rented a fully furnished studio apartment. Who let the dogs out? Ginno, woo, who let the dogs out? All right, man. That's funny, man. How much 800 pesos is dollars? So I'm kind of getting confused. So 800 pesos, it's about $15. If it's $800, that's over 40,000 pesos. The exchange rate right now is at an all-time high here in the Philippines. It is actually exchanging from $1 right now. It's like almost 59 pesos or above. It's right at 58, 59 pesos. And that's the all-time high here. 59 pesos is like an all-time high for the dollar is super strong right now here in the Philippines. The highest it's ever been. The highest it's ever been. Cost of living raise is $550 and premium increases nuts. Oh, wow. I know what you're saying, Mom Janet, like the COLA, the cost of living allowance raise on your Social Security, and then the premium. I mean, that is crazy. That is crazy. Less than $14. 800 peso is how much? So we got the answer. We got the answer. 800 peso. Sergeant, I poured 2 tablespoons in 5 ounces of yogurt. Is that enough? Is that enough? Oh, that's plenty. 2 tablespoons. That's plenty. I just try to incorporate, like when I make smoothies, I'll put the chia seeds in there. I mean, it can't hurt. That's what I figure with a lot of this nutrients. Find your Philippines fishing spot and then look for a Filipina fishing. And what she is using for bait. What she's using for bait. That's funny, JP. That's funny. And what she's using for bait. if she's using like live bait, man, that's a catch. That's a catch. If she's holding the worm and live bait, man, she's a catch. She's a catch. She knows her fishing. David, yep, right there. Thanks. All right. Do they deep sea dive? Deep sea? Oh yeah. I mean, Mom Janet, the Philippines. I think I just saw an article. We are like top 10 in the world for like diving spots here. Deep sea diving, free diving, you name it. Man. We got like a World War II wrecks out everywhere in the ocean here in the Philippines. From World War II, you can dive. We got like one of the deepest trenches. I mean, there's just like if you're into scuba diving, you can't find a better spot than the Philippines if you're into scuba diving. They are practicing with drums all over. Yes. It's for the Ati-Atian. Ati-Atian Festival is in January. So in our town here of Numancia alone, we have at least 6 Ati-Atian marching bands. So in Calibo, more. And then during December, after opening of lights at Calibo Pastrana Park, every night, there's like bands circling Pastrana Park playing the drums, getting ready for the festival in January. It's just a big party in Calibo, man. You go through like Christmas holiday, right after that, you jump into like the Ati-Atian Festival in January. Lots of activities happening here in Aklan province for the next 2-3 months here. Janet, I use chia in almost all my sauces. Yeah, I put it on my smoothies. It's like that's what always makes me like fruit smoothies. My favorite is like dragon fruit now. I love dragon fruit smoothie, mango smoothie, banana smoothie, and then I put those chia seeds in it. What's quinoa? Never heard. Quinoa is kind of like it's almost like cornmeal, kind of like, what is that? Grits, kind of like, feels like that. Feels like grits. I don't have. I don't have quinoa. I have the chia seeds. They're not common. Quinoa is not common here. You'd have to get that here at SNR, I think. Do you watch NFL football? I no longer watch NFL football. I used to, but the games kind of come on at a different time here, usually 2 a.m., 5 a.m. And I just lost interest, with NFL football. I'm not a big one. I'll watch the Super Bowl, that's probably, I used to like it. I used to do fantasy football when I was in the U.S. With my friends, but I don't keep track as much. I'm stuck with baseball. Baseball and basketball, but in NBA, they show a lot of games here. They just don't show a lot of NFL games here. I would have to pay. To watch the NFL football. Oh, nice. Fortune. Still sunny there. Kyle, trying to get the market, but it's raining. Yeah, it is. It is raining, man. It is raining here too. Good morning, Bill Meyer. Good morning. I am terrible at username. You look just like temporal. Oh, I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is. Derek, as Tommy Lasorda said, bleed Dodger blue. All right, man. Tommy was like he was a great manager, So I used to remember, back in the day, Tommy used to how he would bump the umpire, he'd be yelling at the umpire and he's just bumping him. You don't see that anymore. You don't see managers anymore bumping the umpire. I guess they get thrown out quicker now. Scuba Steve, hey, Scuba Steve from Mom Janet. If I get in trouble with the sheriff, I might have to just have Ginno tell you about it. And not live stream it. All right, no worries, man. You won't get in trouble with the sheriff. Sheriff Dazzle. Sheriff Dazzle is still sleeping. Dazzle gets along with everybody, and like a lot of the expats when they meet Dazzle here, they Dazzle's fun. She's a good person, good heart. It's like. I am terrible. It's crazy how much you look like. All right, I don't know who that is. I'll take a picture. I'll look it up after. Usually, I get people tell me that I look like what's that guy from Breaking Bad. Gus Fring in Breaking Bad is what they say I look like. And then some other guy called me Gilbert something that the Affleck, the voice of Affleck. But I guess people, people look like, everybody looks the same. Somewhere in the world somebody looks like you. I'm genuinely in shock just by. All right. You could be all right. Fortune. Tommy Lasorda made the ball wedge. I know, right? I mean, I have not seen that before, man. Fortune. I've been watching baseball many years since like the late '70s. I've been watching baseball. I have never seen a ball wedge like that, like hit in the air and wedge. I've never seen that. I didn't think that was possible that it would wedge like that. It definitely saved our season, man. That wedge probably saved our season. Even Social Security pensioners here get, wow, fortune. I didn't know that. I didn't know that SS people that here in the Philippines, they get a 13th month. Thank you for that. No wonder there's a lot of happy people in the Philippines, right? It's like, why would you not bring a smile to your face when you get like an extra month salary in December? Ginno, any regrets of living corporate America with the amount of dollars you can accumulate, or you decided to stay in Arizona? Just crossing my, never regretted it, man. Because for me, I do understand, it's like, had I stayed, I was 45 when I moved here. I had a good job, good paying job at Coranda-led Health Network. If I had stayed there, right, I would have 45. I would have had to work till I'm 62, because that's the earliest retirement age I can do. It's like, I would have more money, right, for sure, because that's another 17 years of working. My Social Security will probably, of course, will be higher at age 62. But I don't regret it, because like for me, the experiences that I had this last 14 years, especially when I got diagnosed with cancer. When I got diagnosed with cancer in 2023, I was like, I was sad, of course. It was like, damn, cancer. It's like, I've been healthy all my life, no surgeries, no medication of any kind, and I got hit with cancer. But even when I got hit with cancer, I was like, well, it's been a good run. It's like, that's the thing that came up to my mind. The first thing that came to my mind when I got diagnosed was, well, at least I got to enjoy my life. I was 56 when I got diagnosed with cancer, and I was 45. So from 45, 11 years, I was living the life here in the Philippines, lived my dream of retiring early. So to me, it's like, even at that, I was like thinking, this is the end, this is the end. It's like, I never regretted it a day, because to me, like I said, money, I even realized that during the early parts of my retirement when I moved here, to me, money is just stress. When you're chasing money, it'll just stress you. The more money you have, the more, that thing that says more money, more problems, right? More money, more problems. And to me, there's a truth to that. I mean, you need money, right, to have a good retirement. And to me, I had that already. It's like, I had a pension. I had a military pension at age 37. I started collecting a military pension. 22 years now, I'm still collecting a military. And my military pension here in the Philippines has been more than enough for me, because I live a simple life. I don't overcomplicate things. I don't build massive homes. I don't drive a big SUV. I have an economy car. I paid cash for the economy car. My mortgage on this house is a 430 square foot house. My mortgage is under $200 a month. I got about 4.5 years left payment on this, and it's going to be free and clear. I don't have to pay anymore. So I just made my life more simple, more affordable based on my military pension. So to me, really looking back, there's really no need for me to still be in corporate America and deal with the craziness, the suspenses from your boss, the meetings that I hated, or the cubicle one time when I worked for Coranda Health Network, I had an office on like the fourth floor of St. Mary's Hospital with a view of downtown Tucson. So I felt blessed, man. I had a nice office, nice view of downtown Tucson. All of a sudden, that 2008, when they had that, they were like firing people left and right because of the economic downturn. All of a sudden, I find myself in a cubicle in the headquarters of Carondelet Health, the headquarters office. I was like sitting in a cubicle. There's like, I can hear my coworkers on the other side. And I was like, man, I told myself, man, I got to get out of here, man. I do not want to spend the rest of my time in a cubicle, man. They sing both anthems. All right, Fortune. I don't catch it. I don't catch on Spot TV. I haven't been catching the national anthems. All I catch is like when Otani will be leading off. That's what I catch. I actually haven't seen the national anthems for either countries. I remember Mojo. Mule is Smirnoff vodka. All right, thank you, Fortune. I know it's some kind of liquor. So Smirnoff vodka, ginger beer. Wow. My friend Gray likes that ginger beer and lime. No wonder they like Mule, man. That's like a nice combination there. Yes, we lived in Bacoor and still owns a house. It's rented by someone. Do you have solar panel attached? No, I do not have a solar panel attachment. I have not needed it. I've had this Blue Yeti for 6 years. I've never had, I always just plug it in the wall, get it all ready. And then if it drains, I can charge it on my car. But I can get the panels. The panels, last time I checked, were only like the Blue Yeti solar panel. The foldable one, it's like a foldable, I can tuck it in somewhere here. I think it's 9,000 pesos, about $175 if I ever decide to get it. But I hadn't had a reason. Like I said, I don't try to accumulate stuff I don't buy stuff, then I just like store it. It's like, I don't like accumulating things. Hello, Sir Ginno in chat. 1 star. All right, 1 star. I see you 1 star at the different live streams. Thank you for joining the live stream. Hey, HD, greetings and salutation. It was different for me. I didn't get naturalized U.S. citizenship. I got a regular U.S. citizenship. Oh, okay, HD. So you're probably like my friends Joel and Eileen in America. They were born in America, and then they acquired Philippine citizenship because their parents were Filipino citizens. So you could do that. They did that. I think they did that in San Diego or Los Angeles. But they now have Filipino passports. And the last time they were here, because they both own U.S. passport, Filipino passport, I took them to like this, I got them their senior card. They get a senior card because they're Filipino citizen. So I got them their senior card, their driver's license. I think on this next trip, they want to open a bank this January. They're going to be coming back this January. So I do know that's a dynamic. If you're American citizen born in the United States, but you got Filipino parents, you can get dual citizenship. Quinoa, Janet, very much like rice. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's like I've had it in the U.S. I know a long time ago I had quinoa. Use it the same, though it's more healthier, low carb. You'll have to get her fear of flying, especially with the long flight. Yeah, that's why it's not a big thing for Dazzle to go to America because she don't like to fly. It's like the 4-hour trip to Singapore was already torture for Dazzle. So if we don't go back, like I said, it's not gonna hurt my feelings if I don't see America. And I've seen America. I lived there for over 30 years. I've traveled America. I was in the military. It's not a big deal to me anymore. And from what I'm seeing, what's happening in America, I probably don't want to see it. It's like I want to remember America back in 2011 with people still kind of getting along. Not all the. There's so many new terminologies that when I left in 2011, I never heard of like woke. I never heard of like identify. DEI. I never heard of that stuff when I left in 2011. That's why I don't think I want to go back. You know, it's like, what are these new things, you know, that they created in America? And hello, Daniel. Did you see the last year parade the Dodgers had? Oh yeah, I remember it. I remember it clearly. They started at Dodger Stadium. Ice Cube was like wrapped in there. I can't, man. Hopefully we get another one this year, man. My mom and sister has citizenship, naturalized, but paper has citizenship, naturalized. But my paper was not that. Okay, all right. Hey, as long as you got you're legal, as long as you're like considered dual citizen, as long as you're like dual citizen here, man, it makes your life a lot easier. You don't have to, like me. I don't have to worry about ever leaving the Philippines. I'm a Filipino citizen. I'm an American citizen. I'm a Filipino citizen. I don't even have a Philippine passport. I just carry my U.S. passport here. I just have my certificate. I have a Philippine certificate of citizenship. I have that here. The only time I really need to show it is like when I leave the country. When I travel to Southeast Asia, they stamp my U.S. passport with like, I think R.A. Republic Act, I think something, a number that means I'm a citizen of the Philippines. So I don't get charged. I don't get charged fees, exiting fees. I don't get charged any of that. Dazzle gets charged. When we went to Singapore, Dazzle had to pay like some kind of exit charge or terminal charge or something at the airport, I remember. Go Padres! Go Padres! All right, Padres. Hello, Ginno. Hey, Chief. Good morning, Chief. All right, I'm gonna try to get through the comments here, man, because Dodger baseball is starting, man. Hi, Chief. Good AM, 1 star. Good AM, Chief. Hello, Fortune, Daniel. All right, kind of like. Hey, Ron Navy. Oh, thank you so much, Ron Navy, for the super chat. Appreciate you, brother. I messaged you, man, on WhatsApp. You know, check your WhatsApp, man. I was like checking on you, making sure you're okay. I know, you know, you're waiting for the good news from U.S. immigration and. All right, Jim. Hey, HD. I'm beyond that type of nightlife. To each his own, but quiet life for me. Yeah, same thing with me, man. You know, when I go to Boracay, I do see some nightlife, and that's all we'll go to Niginigi's, we'll go, but you know, it's not the same anymore. You know, right? You know, I'm 60 next year, man. You know, it's like, you know, but I do want, you know, like Niginigi's in Boracay, they have a live band there. Great live band, you know, it's like the best live band. They play a lot of like Journey song, rock and roll. That's why it's an expat hangout in Boracay Island, Nigi. If you ever go to Boracay Island, you know, that's the place to listen to like 80s type rock and roll music live. And the guy's an excellent singer. He got all the Journey songs down, man. I could show our house foundation that has some termite trail when it's all cement. All right. Yeah, I know. I mean, you know, that's why I said like a lot, like here at Camellia Aklan, majority of the houses here, I would say 90% cement. You know, the only wood you'll see in the houses here at Camellia Aklan is like the stairs, because, you know, a big problem with termites here in the Philippines. Nice, Sir Ron. All right, thank you again, Ron. Hello, Master Sergeant Ginno. Southern Cal Benny. All right, Southern Cal Benny. Hey, Southern California. All right, let's go Dodgers. Today, if you meet a girl in USA at a bar, you better have your NBC. You better have your Kim suit, man. Man, that's funny. Daniel. Good morning, brother from Hey, Michael Manalastas. Thank you, Michael, for joining the live stream. Jackson, hello, hello. Time to party at La Casa Española. Hey, Ruben, hey, man. Are you back? Are you back, Ruben? I know Ruben was partying in Angeles City, so he told me he'll be back. He'll be back in Calibo this weekend. All right, Ruben. Thanks, Ron, for the support for Ginno. Thank you again, Ron. Ron is one of my brothers, man. You met each other in Boracay. He was with his fiance in Boracay, and I met up with him. We ate breakfast together at the Boracay, and ever since we've been communicating with each other. He's back in the U.S. He's retired Navy. Good AM, so Southern Cal, Benny. Good morning, Ginno. Hey, Colonel. Good morning, Colonel. Good AM, Fortune. Good AM, Colonel. Said hi. Good morning, Colonel. Or everybody saying, all right. See, that's what I like, man. Everybody knows everybody in our channel, on our live stream. That's so awesome that we built this community of friends. Like I see the same people at like Ray in the Philippines channel and Michael White's channel and James and Karen Adventures channel. You know, we see each other on all these live streams, which I think is awesome. Magandang umaga, David. All right. Good morning, Chief. Simple rule for long, healthy life. Live live foods. All right, live foods, live bodies. That makes sense. Southern Cal Benny, $13.63 in current exchange rate for 800 pesos. Belus, good morning, Belus. God bless, Belus. I know you're getting ready for the typhoon there in Leyte, man. Stay safe. It's gonna hit us here after it passes you there, Belus, in eastern Visayas. We're here in western Visayas. We're on the direct path of this typhoon. Most of my foods, veggies, fruits. That's the same thing I am now, Daniel. Pretty much, I'm feeling like, I'm almost vegetarian, almost like fruit, juices. That's why it's hard for me to gain weight. People notice that, I'm like 148 pounds. I'm 5'10". That's why I actually started the whey protein, hoping that I can gain weight. But, unfortunately, it's not good for me because the protein, I got to be in a low protein diet. Gus, right? Gus, man, Gus Spring, that's what people tell me. I look like Gus Spring, man, and I'm a big Breaking Bad fan. So to me, it's like that's cool, It's like, that's not like a dig or anything for me. You got TRICARE for life. I don't have TRICARE for life. I'm only 59, so when I get 65, when I turn 65, I switch over to TRICARE for life. So I'll always have medical insurance in the Philippines. Until the day I die. And same thing with Dazzle. She's on the family plan with him. We always have TRICARE medical insurance here in the Philippines because I'm retired military. Hello, Ginno and Room. Scuba Steve. Scuba Steve is back. All right, Scuba Steve. Hey, Scuba, welcome back. Good AM, Colonel. If you bring US dollars, bring new Chris. Yes. No folds on your dollar, no stapler marks on your US dollar bills. Bring a brand new mint condition dollars if you want to exchange it here in the Philippines. Good morning, Ginno. Just did exchange 58 point. Ooh, nice. 58.7. That's a high. I mean, you can't complain with that, man. To me, anything 55 or over, I'm happy. If I can get 58 right now, man, that's a blessing. Thanks, Fortune. We got it on TV. All right. I got to scoot through here because I got to catch the game, man. Can you use TRICARE Prime, TRICARE Live for emergency rooms or routine checkups? For us here, I belong to TRICARE Select Overseas. What will happen if you're TRICARE in the United States, you come here, you just pay upfront, 100% you pay the bill, get all your receipts, get all your medical records, and you file when you get back to the United States, since you don't belong to TRICARE Select Overseas. Pay upfront and then try to file online to get your 75% reimbursement. I know Prime can only be used for ER. Prime doesn't work in the Philippines, unfortunately. It's a different system here. You either are TRICARE Select Overseas here or TRICARE for Life here. There is no TRICARE Prime in the Philippines. I have a lot of videos on TRICARE. Look at my playlist on our Dazzle TV YouTube page. I have like a dozen TRICARE. I've been using TRICARE here for many years, so I at least have experience. I have experience on how to use TRICARE in the Philippines. Not the same as TRICARE in the United States. A big difference here. Big difference. Can you use TRICARE for life for anything for free? Anything for free. Once you're here, once you're registered here in the Philippines, when you get here to the Philippines, you notify TRICARE Singapore. There is no TRICARE office in the Philippines. TRICARE Singapore supports us here. Once you identify with them that you're TRICARE for life, you can get treated here. If you get treated at certified facilities here, you pay 100% upfront. If you get treated at TRICARE Preferred, there's a few of them here, you just pay your 25% copay. Again, watch my videos, and you'll learn from my videos. 1 star, good AM. All right, this year turned 65 in April. Couldn't afford another 200 monthly on my budget. So the government canceled my TRICARE. Oh, yeah, over here in the Philippines, Daniel, you have to be enrolled in Medicare Part B if you want to use TRICARE here. Because there is no Medicare here, you're allowed to use when you're over 65, but you have to be enrolled with Medicare Part B. Question me, man. Message me. I'll explain it to you more. Scuba Steve from Chief. Oh, good morning. Good AM, Blues. Hey, Chief. 1 star. All right, good AM, good AM. All right, 9 more minutes from beginning of the game. I know, man. I'm trying to go over here, man. That way I can catch the game. Good AM, Bill. All right, hello, Ruben. I didn't see you there. I know you're gonna meet Ruben, JP. You know, the Panay Posse is assembling in Calibo, man. Does Asia Pacific take? Yes, Asia Pacific in Calibo is now TRICARE certified. You still have to pay up front, 100%, and then file with TRICARE online. Deal with NFL. All right. Go Dodgers. Go Dodgers. All right. I am. Okay. All right. Ruben, brace yourself, Aklanas. Yeah, I'm happy. I already briefed them. I already told them, Ruben, big storm, big typhoon headed our way here. Headed our way. It's been a great World Series. All right. Ruben, I will be on the 2nd floor. I am not a party animal. Sorry. Ruben actually doesn't stay at La Casa, JP. Ruben has another studio apartment nearby. The walking distance to La Casa is where Ruben's staying. Let's go. All right, I got there. I got the day thriving. Hi, everyone. Michael White, thank you. I'm going to get off the live stream here. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate everybody's time. Go Dodgers. Go Dodgers. Let's go. All right, take care, everyone. Everyone, stay blessed. Stay blessed.